Namaskar. In this short video, we are going to talk about Ramana Maharshi, who is a sage in 20th century India, embodied non-duality. His teachings were all about non-duality. His life was an example of non-duality. He showed to the world what non-duality really means. So let's try to understand this concept of non-duality that he taught. If you watch my other videos, you know that there are many paths to God, many paths to truth, many paths to enlightenment. But Ramana Maharshi said, there is only one path, and that is simply to ask yourself the question, who am I? He said if you search for the answer to this question, then you will be enlightened. And this is not a complicated question. It's a very simple question, but it is a powerful question. If you ask this question correctly, then you will realize your true nature. So the first thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, our true nature is to ask, who am I? Because when you ask, who am I? You go beyond this body, you go beyond this mind, and you ultimately reach to the point where you can say, I am consciousness itself. That's your true nature. So Ramana Maharshi says there is nothing to do. Only one thing you have to do, and that is to ask yourself this question again and again. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? The second thing to understand is that Ramana Maharshi got enlightened spontaneously when he was just 16 years old. He didn't follow any path. He didn't do anything. One day he just asked himself this question, who am I? And he got enlightened. So his enlightenment was not an ordinary enlightenment. It was a non-dual enlightenment. Because when he realized his true nature, he realized there is no separate individual soul and there is no separate God. He realized the oneness of everything. He realized non-duality. So he said the path of non-duality is the highest path because it takes you to the highest state of consciousness. The third thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, this ego, this idea of I, is false. It is just like a dream. We think it is real when we are dreaming, but when we wake up from the dream, we know it was just a dream. Similarly, when we die, when we leave this body, then we will realize that this I is just an illusion. This is not our true nature. Our true nature is to ask, who am I? That's our true nature. When we realize this, then we get liberated. The fourth thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, we have to do Atma Vichara. What is Atma Vichara? Atma means soul. Vichara means inquiry or investigation. Atma Vichara is the investigation of the soul. It is the investigation of who am I. So if you want to get enlightened, if you want to realize your true nature, then you have to do Atma Vichara again and again. You have to ask yourself again and again, who am I? Who am I? And this Atma Vichara, this self-inquiry, is very, very powerful. It will take you to the highest state of consciousness. The fifth thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, silence is the ultimate teaching. When you sit in silence, when you close your eyes and sit in silence, then you can ask yourself this question, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And when you keep asking this question, then you will realize your true nature. Your true nature is to ask, who am I? And silence helps you to ask this question. So whenever you get some time, just sit in silence, close your eyes, and ask yourself this question. Then you will realize your true nature. Now the sixth thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, non-duality destroys suffering. How does it destroy suffering? He said, look at the ocean. The waves in the ocean are suffering. Why are they suffering? Because they think they are separate from the ocean. They think they are individual entities. Because of this, they suffer. They keep coming and going. They keep crashing into each other. But the water of the ocean is just peaceful. It is just calm. Why? Because the water of the ocean knows it is one with the ocean. It is not separate. It is not an individual entity. Similarly, our mind is like the ocean of consciousness. Our thoughts are like the waves in the ocean. And these thoughts make us suffer. They make us unhappy. Why do they make us unhappy? Because we identify with them. We think these thoughts are me. These thoughts are mine. But actually, these thoughts are not ours. They belong to the ocean of consciousness. We have to detach from these thoughts. And when we detach from these thoughts, then we become peaceful. We become happy. Then we realize our true nature. The seventh thing to understand is that Ramana Maharshi had an ashram at Arunachala. Arunachala is a hill in South India. And thousands of people visited his ashram. People from all over the world came to his ashram to seek his help, to ask him questions about spirituality, and Ramana Maharshi helped them. He guided them. And he told them the only path is to ask yourself the question, who am I? And if you ask this question correctly, then you will realize your true nature. Now, the eighth thing to understand is that Ramana Maharshi said, the self is always realized. It is always present. It is always here. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. You don't have to do anything to find it. It is already within you. Just ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And you will realize it. Ninth thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, we have to go beyond the mind to reach to the self. How do we go beyond the mind? The mind takes us into duality. It makes us think there are two things. There are two people. There is an I and there is a you. But according to Ramana Maharshi, there is only one reality. There is no duality. We have to go beyond this duality. We have to go beyond this mind to realize our true nature. And how do we do that? By asking ourselves, who am I? Because when we ask, who am I? We go beyond this mind, and then we realize our true nature. The 10th thing to understand is that according to Ramana Maharshi, we are all one. There is no difference between any of us. We may look different. We may have different names. We may live in different places. We may have different religions. But according to Ramana Maharshi, we are all one. We're all made of the same stuff. We are all one with the ocean of consciousness. We're all one with Brahman. There is no difference between any of us. So now the question is, how can we apply these teachings in our daily lives? According to Ramana Maharshi, we have to keep asking ourselves, who am I, throughout the day? Whenever you get a free moment, just sit in silence, close your eyes and ask yourself, who am I? Do this again and again. And also we have to do Atma Vichara, this self-inquiry. In the morning, in the evening, at any time, just sit down and ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And when you do this, you will realize your true nature. So these were some of the important points to understand about non-duality according to Ramana Maharshi. He was a great sage, showed the world the path of non-duality, and his teachings are very, very powerful. If you follow his teachings, if you ask yourself the question, who am I? Then you will realize your true nature. You will realize the self. And now, I have a question for you. What did you like about Ramana Maharshi's teachings? Please write your answers in the comments section below. Also, please like this video and subscribe for more such videos.